Hello folks, I'm trying something different this month. I usually do 4 lease deals videos a month. I'm going to mix them up. So they are going to be EV, petrol, hybrids, all in one video, but I'm going to do one a week instead. And I really want your feedback as to how you like that, or if you prefer the way I've always done it, or if you just would prefer one a week. Lots of people telling me they want more leasing content. And we seem to have this big gap every month where I put 2 out in the same week, then leave it, put 2 out in the same week. So I'm going to try and put 1 out a week and let me know what you think about that. It's not set in stone, so I'd really want to hear your thoughts. There will also be another huge change to my leasing content coming up very soon, and I'll keep you posted on that as it happens. All these deals are 10,000 miles a year. Some are 2 years, some are 3 years. We're sponsored today by ALA Insurance. Massive thanks to them. And of course, if you want to inquire on any of these cars, the link to Lease Locos in the video description. And there's also a QR code on the screen for you. I'm starting off with all the EVs, by the way. And later on in the video, there will be the petrols, diesels and hybrids, plug-in hybrids, all that kind of stuff. We are starting off with the Hyundai Insta. It's the 85 kilowatt 02 spec, which I think is the sweet spot of the range. 764 up front and 254 a month. That's a 3-year deal. 223 miles of range. 116 brake horsepower, insurance group 23 and 238 litres of boot space. If you haven't seen my review of this, go and check it out because I was blown away by this thing. I was not at all interested in the car, I have to say, right up until the point when I got in it and drove it, and it's brilliant. It's bags of fun. It looks mega quirky, but it's bags of fun to drive. This is in stock. I don't know how long it'll last, so jump on it if you're interested. 394 has been the average on that. 586 at its peak. I'm not sure if over 400 quid a month shortly thereafter. And this is the price that we've seen at for a long time. It ran about 395 quid a month. At the moment, it's at its lowest point, £254 a month with 764 up front. This is possibly deal of the day here. It's the Nissan Ariya Engage. It is the smaller battery version of the car. But you've still got 251 miles of range, 466 litres of boot space, 217 brake horsepower. They're brilliant cars, very underrated, and a lot of people don't consider them. They seem to fall off the radar, and they should because they're really, really good cars. Again, I've done a review of one of these, so go and check that out. £300 a month with 900 up front on this. 465's been the average on it. 538 at its peak, and this is the lowest price we've seen at £300 a month. Can't recommend that one highly enough. It's a brilliant thing. 900 quid up front, 300 a month. Folks, just a very quick reminder to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Thanks. Hyundai Kona Electric, 319 miles of range, 218 brake horsepower, 466 litres of boot space, 918 up front, 306 a month. 339's been the average on it, 415 at its peak, and its lowest point is about a tenner a month less than it is now. Still great bang for your buck. And as we are talking about wonderful Hyundai cars, the Ioniq 6 Ultimate is one of the best in my opinion. 339 miles of range, super fast charging thanks to the 800 volt architecture. Insurance group 37, 228 brake horsepower. It's around about 400 litres of boot space, 1,200 quid up front, 393 a month. 457's been the average on it, 520 at its peak. Lowest point on it was about 14 quid a month less than it is now, but this is still exceptional value. If you compare it back to March, it was 482 a month. So we're well under that kind of pricing right now. Skoda Enyaq iV Coupe 85X Sport line, 4x4. This one's got the bigger battery, 334 miles of range, 286 brake horsepower, 570 litres of boot space, 1,265 up front and 421 a month gets you in this bad boy. 769 at its peak, 565 on average, and 412 was its lowest point. So about 9 quid a month less than it is now, but that's a fantastic price on what is a very good car. Polestar 4 long range single motor plus with the pilot pack. Again, I've reviewed one of these not that long ago actually. 385 miles of range, 272 brake horsepower. Insurance group's 45, so you want to get a quote on that before you press the button on it. 526 litres of boot space, 1500 up front, 507 a month. Average on this one's been 644,961 at its peak, so it looks like a good time to get in one. We've got the spicy ID7 Tourer. It's the GTX edition. All-wheel drive in this one. It's got the exterior pack and a panoramic roof. 359 miles of range, insurance group 41, 605 litres of boot space, 340 brake horsepower. 0-62 is 5.5 seconds on this one, so you've got bags of practicality but also quite a turn of pace. 1,537 up front and 512 a month. 856 has been the average on it. 1,683 at its peak. Isn't that insane? When was that? That was in May. 1,680 quid a month. Bananas. Since then, things have become slightly more sensible. This is the lowest price we've seen it, by the way. It's £512 a month with 1,537 up front. Hyundai Ioniq 5N. I've spoken a lot about this one in the past. 650 brake horsepower. 0-62, 3.4 seconds. It's insane. It's wonderful. I'm completely in love with it. 1,854 up front, £618 a month on that. 789's been the average, 1,100 at its peak. Its lowest point, it went to 500 quid. That was in January. And that came off the back of it being 1,100. I don't know how long that deal was around for, or if it's a bit of fat finger syndrome, but I'm not sure that's going to be repeated in a hurry. Then it's been sort of flatlined really at around about 750 quid a month for most of the time since. 618 at the moment with 1,854 up front. And if you want sheer performance, handling and unique craziness, this thing is without comparison really. Polestar 3 long range DM with the pilot pack, 395 miles of range, 489 brake horsepower, insurance group 50 and 484 litres of boot space. Sorry, I'm going a bit hoarse here. I'm going to have a coffee from my wonderful mug. Only 8 quid on my website, just saying. 621 a month with 1,868 up front on this one. 0-62 is 5 seconds on it. 817 a month on average, 1,411 at its peak, and it's currently 6 quid a month more than it was at its lowest point. It's 1,865 up front and 621 a month. Audi Q6 is our last EV in this video. It's the e-tron Performance Edition 1, 359 miles of range, insurance group 47, 306 brake horsepower and 526 litres of boot space, 2,164 up front and 721 a month, 6.7 seconds to 62. 949's been the average on it, £1,000 at its peak, so that price has been really fairly steady. The lowest point on this car was 3 quid a month less than it is right now. 721 a month with 2,164 up front. Folks, if you are thinking about leasing yourself a car, do consider getting yourself some gap insurance. That helps to keep you whole if your car is the subject of a write-off. A car can be written off by an insurance company for a variety of reasons, such as accident damage, theft, fire, flood, all those kind of things. The ALA product is a 5-star de facto rated product. It's got an A-rated insurer sitting behind it. And if you use the code JIM10, you can save yourself 10% off all their products. They can also help you out if you've got any other cars in there. So they'll help you out with breakdown cover, key cover, car warranties, plenty of stuff on offer from ALA. Use the code JIM10 at checkout and get yourself 10% off. There's a link in the video description, QR code on the screen for you, or you can even give them a ring. Lovely folks to deal with. Thanks to ALA for sponsoring today's video. Renault Symbioz 1.3 TCE 140 Techno. No idea how to say that still. 798 up front, 266 a month, 11.2 seconds to 62, 140 brake horsepower, insurance group 16 and 434 litres of boot space. I don't think the pricing's exceptional on this at the moment. It just feels like a lot of car for the money. 798 up front and 266 a month. They've just reset the pricing on it, so I don't actually know the history of the pricing, but at $266 a month, it looks decent. Jeep Avenger 1.2 Summit, 10.6 seconds to 62, 50 mpg, 100 brake horsepower, 321 litres of boot space, and insurance group 24. 818 upfront and 272 a month. This one is a 3-year deal. 352's been the average on it, 500 quid at its peak. Its lowest point was £3 a month less than it is now. For the man that wants to be king of the garden centre, we've got the Honda Jazz 1.5 Hybrid Advance eCVT. Jokes aside, brilliant car. It really is a very good car. 846 up front and 282 a month. 304 litres of boot space, insurance group 22, 122 horsepower, 62.8 mpg. Not to be sniffed at, really. 377 a month on average, 467 at its peak. Its lowest point, it dropped in January to 246 a month, which was insane. Because they don't generally discount these things because they sell bucket loads of them. However, currently, still a really good discounted price, 282 a month with 846 up front. Citroen C5 Aircross 1.5 litre diesel max edition. You can get 3 child seats in the back row in this car, one of very few cars on the market that you can do that in. 10.6 seconds to 62, 131 horsepower, 720 litres of boot space, insurance group 19. It's an automatic, it's a decent automatic as well. 860 up front, 286 a month. 426 has been the average on it. 622 at its peak, and its lowest point was £4 a month less than it is now. That's 860 up front and 286 a month. Nissan Qashqai 1.3 Digi mild hybrid N connector with the glass roof, 863 up front on that one and 287 a month. I mean, the price is not mind blowing. 316's been the average on it, 277 at its lowest point, currently 287. Massively popular car, and that still looks like a good deal, doesn't it? Peak on it was 368. This one's a lot of car for the money. The Mazda CX-5 2-litre eSky Active G mild hybrid centerline, 10.5 seconds to 62, 43 mpg, 165 brake horsepower. Insurance group's only 17 on this big beastie, and 522 litres of boot space. The CX-5 handles really well for an SUV as well. 950 up front and 316 a month on a 3-year deal. Price has been reasonably flat, and its peak 376, on average 340, currently 316. The Cupra Leon Estate, I think brilliant car, brilliant value for money. I spent some time in one of these last year on holiday and I loved it. 620 litres of boot space, insurance group 21, 150 brake horsepower, 0-62 in 9 seconds and 52 mpg. 392's been the average on it, 495 at its peak. Its lowest point was a £5 a month less than it is right now, and it's a brilliant price right now, $340 a month with 1,021 up front. Tiguan All-Space 1.5 TSI Life, 9.6 seconds to 62, 39 mpg, 700 litres of boot space and insurance group 21, 150 brake horsepower, 1,100 up front and 365 a month. Average on it's been 418. 537 at its peak, and its lowest point is about £5 a month, £6 a month less than it is now. It's 365 a month with 1,100 up front. VW Passat Estate 1.5 litre e-hybrid R-Line. This one is the plug-in hybrid with the automatic, 8.1 seconds to 62, 510 litres of boot space, insurance group 37, 204 brake horsepower, 8.1 seconds to 62, 1,100 up front, 378 a month. 549's been the average on it, 773 at its peak. Its lowest point was £7 a month, less than it is right now. It's 378 a month with 1,133 up front. That one is on a 2-year deal. Audi A5 Avant 2-litre TFSI 150 S-Line S-Tronic automatic. 9.8 seconds to 62, 41 mpg, insurance group 24, 476 litres of boot space. 573 a month on average, 642 at its peak. Its lowest point was £60 a month less than it is right now, and that was last week. But prior to that, you know, we were looking at 533 in June, 582 in February, 625 in October, currently 471 with 1,413 up front. Genesis G80 2.5 litre turbo luxury line automatic with the innovation pack, 6 seconds to 62, 33 mpg, 304 brake horsepower, insurance group 43 and 424 litres of boot space, 517 a month with 1551 up front. 829's been the average on it, 1128 at its peak, and 388 was its lowest point, which was a few weeks ago. But prior to that, you've been looking like 900 quids there. Then we've been just over the £500 mark since about April on this. Brilliant thing. Again, there's a review of that on the channel if you want to go and check it out. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Please use my link to Lease Loco if you're interested in any of these deals. And please go and check out ALA Insurance, who are a wonderful sponsor of the channel. And I'm not just an advocate of theirs, I'm also a customer. And that should tell you all you need to know. Thanks ever so much for watching, folks. I'll see you on the next one. Huge thanks to all my channel members for your continued support. I really do appreciate it.